Hello, it's me, Brakk-Hieden, and this is Marine Corps Storytime, and today I've got a very special episode. We're going to talk about why Marines love crayons. Now, as a disclaimer, who doesn't love crayons? They're freaking awesome. But why do Marines love crayons, and why do Marines eat crayons? We're going to start off with the obvious. They're freaking delectable, all right? Who doesn't love crayons? They're awesome, all right? You got them waxy boys all up in your grill, and you're happy. There is no other level of happiness for a Marine. If you're a Marine and you like crayons, drop a comment, because I already know, because I was a Marine and I freaking love eating crayons, all right? Don't perpetuate the stereotype unless you're all about it, all right? No one like a knuckle dragon, rock eating, freaking waxy boy eating monster like a Marine, all right? They're delectable. Get that out of the way. Number two, now come on now, why wouldn't you know this? You should already have known this, but crayons automatically give you like +10 to everything if you're a Marine. It's like a class selection thing. Barbarians are better with two-handed weapons, freaking clerics are better with maces, freaking obviously archers are better with bows. Marines are better with crayons, all right? You give a pack of crayons, a freaking can of dip, and some freaking a doggone AR, or as you civilians call it, it's an M4 in the freaking Marine Corps, all right? You give them one of them, then they're set, all right? They're set for the entire field op, and anything you need dead is automatically +10 to them being dead if a Marine eats crayons. That's why, all right? +10 to thick skin. It's like somehow the waxiness of the crayon goes through the digestive tract, and then it just kind of does this metamorphosis, osmosis thing into the skin, where all of a sudden the skin becomes freaking super thick, all right? No snowflakes here, just freaking hardcore knuckle dragon Marines eating crayons. Why do we love crayons, you ask? Because they're amazing, and they're delectable. And then obviously I just said they get +10 to everything if you are a Marine. Now, that's like this disclaimer, must be Marine, freaking star asterisk, you need to be a Marine eating crayons to wreck the enemy with the benefits of your +10 to kill everything. But besides all of that, why do Marines love crayons? All right, that's what we're talking about here. It's not about the utility of it, because obviously eating crayons gives you utility. I'm talking about the next leveledness of it, all right? The next level. Why do Marines love? That's the big L word, love. It's because we've been eating crayons since 1775, November 10th, 1775. I don't even know if crayons were around that back then for civilian consumption, but by golly, they were around for freaking Marines. We've been eating it since day one. And everyone jokes around like, oh, Marines eat crayons. Do we eat crayons? Are you kidding? Why wouldn't we? They're amazing. They're like if you took the best meal you've ever eaten, just imagine it ×10, and that's what crayons are to Marines, all right? We eat them, and we love them, all right? Bathroom mints ain't got nothing on crayons. Now that we've gotten over why Marines love crayons, let's move into the logistics of it. Now, obviously, there's different types of crayons, all right? Now, everyone knows about Crayola and then like Dollar General's brand, but you may not know that every brand of crayon has its own special, little pizzazz, you know what I mean? It's like kind of like the difference between Dr. Pepper and Dr. Thunder. Some just give you that extra oomph that you really need and you love when you're eating your crayons, all right? So whenever you're eating crayons, you need to understand that the brands mean something. Now, there are little, weirdos who'll go out and find the crappiest brand they can and then brag like it's the best, and it's kind of like cigarette smokers. Like, you see people that will stand behind freaking, what's a really crappy brand? Like American Spirit. Like, everyone loves them. Like, there's dudes that are freaking stand by American Spirit or Skydancer like it's the last tobacco plant leaf. But you know what? You can catch a buzz off of some Marlboro, all right? I used to smoke, I should know. All right, now that's besides the point. We're not talking about tobacco. We're not talking about alcohol or any of that. We're talking about freaking the number one thing that every Marine should have on the top of his and the bottom of his food pyramid, and that is the freaking crayon. Now, when you're eating crayons, you need to understand that different flavors come with different brands. You know, some people's white might not be the same as another person's white. So I'm gonna kind of go through basic flavors and then like kind of some milestones and stuff like that you could come across in the crayon eating world. So, number one. Now, this is probably the most common crayon. It comes with every pack you get. You've always got a blue, all right? Now, blue could be many things. Most commonly, it's like a raz, like a raspberry type thing. Like a blue raz, freaking bang energy drink like that taste, or like the Jolly Rancher taste, that freaking blue, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about, the blue raspberry. Now there is on odd occasion the blueberry. Now if you want to freaking hit the mother load and save it, I mean you could savor it, or you could save it and sell it. The big three S's for the field. If you come across a blue one that happens to be a blueberry muffin crayon, you just hit the mother load. That's like the best blue crayon that you can get. Now, you can sell those for $4 a pop. Now, I don't know the running rate of crayons. I was stationed in Hawaii. Crayons were marked up a little bit, you know, because of shipping and all that stuff. But in the general vicinity, I'd say $4 for one crayon is a pretty solid turnaround on profit margins, if I do say so myself. You come across a blueberry muffin crayon, you better save it or savor it. Because if you save it to sell it, you're making some freaking cash, all right? It's like life savings. It can only go up. Crayons don't expire. They don't. Contrary to popular belief, they do not expire. All right, moving into the next one. We've got your red. Everyone's got a red in there. Now, reds obviously could be fruit punch. It could be cherry. It could be strawberry. There's so much delegation and litigation, or whatever the Asian word is, that goes into the hierarchy of crayon waxy boy making companies, all right? But I can say that on the regular, you come across those three flavors: fruit punch, strawberry, or cherry. They very rarely go outside of those boundaries. There's not a lot of variance. There's not a lot of data on the subject because, I mean, you can't really go wrong with just red, you know. Now, there is the possibility for red velvet cake on the rare occasion, but like it's so much more rare than your blueberry muffin that like if you come across one of those, it's like coming across a white buffalo. So I wouldn't keep your eye out, but if you do have it, like I said, you have to go through the three S's. Do you want to save it and sell it, or do you want to savor it? All right, now going into the next color that you'll probably see. Obviously yellow is gonna be like your lemon, like a lemon starburst. Yellows aren't that great. Across most companies, it's gonna be like a lemon or a citrus flavor. Sometimes you'll come across the lemon bar cake or whatever that crap is called. But I can say this, it's kind of like it's like Wonka's golden tickets, all right? Wonka's golden tickets for freaking crayons is if you come across a yellow crayon and that son of a gun is Twinkie flavored. And I'm just saying, if you want to make $10 off of one crayon or eat the best crayon that you've ever eaten in your entire life, plus they put some extra ingredients, so it gives a plus 15 to killing everyone that you see on the enemy's battlefield, especially if you're a machine gunner, you get like a plus 17 or something like that. I think they added some kind of special ingredient for machine gunners. I would know that because I am a machine gunner, but you know, moving past that, Twinkie, all right? Twinkie flavor, that's the next level. If you come across a Twinkie flavor, like I said on the other ones, go across your three S's, but I highly suggest that you save it. You save it and sell it, because you can mark it up to like 20 above market price, which is a whopping $30 if you're out in the field and no one's got crayons, everyone ate through their supply, and you come up with a freaking Twinkie. You'll have dudes throwing so much cash and dip and cigarettes and whatever it is that you think that you need in the field. You freaking one Twinkie, everything you need, all right? And that's just one Twinkie crown. Imagine what you could do with a whole pack of Twinkie crowns. You know, there's people that have been saving their entire lives. There's dudes that are freaking E9s, been saving since they were a recruit in boot camp, saving every yellow crown they came across that was Twinkie. It's crazy. It's crazy because you wouldn't think that you'd actually come across, some people are just lucky and they got so many crayons that they don't even know what to do with them. All right, moving on. Obviously, there's like greens, and it's kind of common sense across most crayons. It's mostly the base colors that you're gonna get kind of a lot of variance, but like, you know, like greens are gonna be like, you know, your like a green apple or whatever the freaking, what is it? Green apple, sour apple. That's what it is. Then you'll come across like what's another color that's gonna be inside of your standard pack of crayons? Gosh, purple. Purple's gonna be like that's another one that they'll do blueberry sometimes, like not blueberry muffin or anything crazy, just blueberry. And then obviously they'll do grape also. And then they'll just do purple flavor. Like obviously purple has its own flavor now, you know, because most grape products don't taste grape, and it ain't any different in the freaking crayon world. As much as I wish it was, it's not that much different. All right, we're still dealing with super big companies making the best crayons that Marines could ever think about eating. So much good waxy greatness. But when it comes down to it, you know, you have to understand that those companies, when they're making these flavors, they get a little lazy. But I can say this, the black crayons almost consistently always are gonna be licorice. And if you come across a licorice crayon, just throw it away. They're useless. No one likes licorice in real life, and no one likes black licorice crayons. It is what it is. But, and this is a big but, the black crayons, you always wanna make sure that you look at them. All right, there are weirdos that eat the black licorice, and you can kind of give them to them for free because, you know, no one's gonna actually pay for a black licorice crayon. But on the rare occasion, you'll get a black one that's a dark chocolate flavor, and those are actually pretty good. They're not worth saving and selling, but just make sure that you check it, because if it's not a black licorice, it's probably a freaking dark chocolate, and dark chocolate crayons are pretty good. Which leads me into my next color, which is gonna be brown. This one is almost consistently chocolate, but you will come across a brownie flavored one, and those are on the same level as your Twinkies for sell value, but they're also super tasty, so you definitely wanna hold on to them. All right, have a good freaking brown crayon just stuffed into the back pocket so that you can kind of dilly it out. All right, now, last but not least, you got your white. This is, a lot of people love white crayons. It's something about coconut. They love coconut, and very typically, you'll have coconut for white. You also will come across vanilla, all right? Now, vanilla as a flavor is pretty good, but vanilla crayons just hit different. They just hit different. There ain't nothing like sitting in the field and you're watching, you're out in a PB, and you have to keep your eyes out, and you're making sure nothing's going awry, nothing's going to miss, and then you reach into your pocket and you pull out a freaking vanilla crayon you've been holding on to for like 3 or 4 days, and you're like, man, this is gonna be sweet, and then you're like, you know, I think I'm gonna eat it now. And then you eat it, and it's like the best thing you ever ate, especially in that moment. You know, the rain's coming down, you're miserable, you're freezing, you're cold, but you got your vanilla crayon, so everything's awesome. Not to be opposed with the alcohol. I'm talking about like crayons, like, you know, like waxy crayons. Obviously, that's what this video is about. If you don't know that by now, then you're probably a Marine who hasn't eaten his crayons, so go eat some crayons, devil dog, all right? You need to freaking eat your crayons. Doggone trash, not eating freaking tootful hunting, not eating crayons is like freaking, it's like vacuums not sucking. Useless. Anyways, so we kind of go through all the colors. We got on why Marines love crayons. There's not much more. There's not much more to it. It's just as simple as that. If you love eating crayons, drop a comment, let me know. If you, and also like the video. If you wish that you could have all of the extreme benefits and the +10 to freaking wrecking people with a rifle or machine gun, freaking drop a comment. Tell me why. Tell me what the reason is that you think that you deserve to have those awesome abilities from eating crayons. If you eat crayons and you're a civilian, if you never had the plus effects, then I mean, good for you. At least you got to freaking delve into how flavorful and awesome crayons can be. So my name's Brakk-Hieden, and this was Why Marines Love Crayons. So I will see you guys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe, and bye.